My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. There are a variety of options if Bernie Sanders endorses Hillary Clinton in the following week. Now, I hope Bernie doesn't. If he does, I will still love Bernie Sanders, respect him, admire him, and thank him for really revolutionizing American politics, and especially the Democratic Party, at least showing a mirror or putting a mirror in front of establishment Democrats so that they can look at themselves and see that they're not really progressive. They are, at best, centrist, at worst, people who are fine with neocons, liars, corrupt politicians. So the superdelegates, many of them are going to jail. Many of them have their FBI criminal probes. We talked about Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe's FBI criminal investigation. We have Hillary Clinton now saying that James Comey is wrong, that he's a liar. Basically, she stated that Comey is a liar, that she did not have marked classified information, that Comey was wrong. She had marked classified information. She sent and received classified information. James Comey stated this. He also stated that she had marked classified information. She is now pushing back. There are no bounds. There are no boundaries. So people have said, there are some people out there, quote unquote, progressive writers who say that I have no shame or I can't be embarrassed. If that's true, I am taking after Hillary Clinton. She is the most corrupt politician in the United States of America. 2 FBI criminal probes. They haven't ruled out the public corruption probe. The FBI can't talk about that, so James Comey can't talk about that. She did lie under oath during the Benghazi hearings. They'll get her for that. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot live a life in such a manner and forever circumvent legal consequences. So it's only a matter of time before Hillary Clinton either gets caught because of the perjury or the public corruption, the Clinton Foundation, or the State Department's own email investigation. So they restarted that. But aside from that, if Bernie Sanders endorses Clinton, and as I stated, he did an amazing thing he's doing an amazing thing for American politics, he can still win. I believe Bernie Sanders can go into the Democratic Convention and say, hey, I am not going to endorse Clinton. I have the right. I have a better chance of beating Trump than Clinton. I beat Trump by 10.4 points, according to Real Clear Politics. Clinton barely beats Trump by 4.6 points. She has another email investigation. There are other issues pertaining to the public corruption probe, the FBI. She did lie under oath. So that's a fact. So even if Clinton is nominated, she could potentially lose to Trump. So Bernie could go in saying, hey, I am the rightful Democratic nominee. Superdelegates exist. I stated this on MSNBC to ensure the best candidate is elected. She's the presumptive nominee. She doesn't even have 2,383 pledged delegates. He can say, hey, I should be the Democratic nominee, state that case. I believe he'll win. He would win. Even if, though, he doesn't, let's say he endorses Clinton, I would still love Bernie. And I'm not one of these people who say, well, he would sell out. He's playing ball. So he's ran as a Democrat. He's playing ball. It's fine. The option, though, for Bernie is this. He doesn't have to endorse Clinton. If he feels that he can't win, he should accept Jill Stein's offer, the Green Party, and join the Green Party and run with Jill Stein. And he could be, quote, this is from a Guardian article, and I'm reading the Yahoo version. Quote, Jill Stein says Bernie Sanders can have the Green Party's presidential nomination. Great, he'll be on the ballot. And for the record, I am actually voting for Jill Stein. If Bernie endorses Clinton, I am 100% Bernie Sanders. I believe he's going to win, and I want him to continue. The option, if he endorses Clinton and decides not to continue into the convention and not to continue his campaign, I will be voting for Jill Stein. And I think you should as well. But if Bernie doesn't continue his campaign, or if he decides to endorse Clinton, that's an option, a very powerful option. Number one, not only is Jill Stein against perpetual wars like Bernie, against counterinsurgency wars like Bernie, wants to ban fracking like Bernie, wants a single payer like Bernie Sanders, is against the Trans-Pacific Partnership like Bernie Sanders. I mentioned single payer healthcare, free public college tuition like Bernie. Her platform, actually, if you look, and I'll put this, her platform is actually states very clearly, end police. If you're watching with the Alton Sterling and Philando Castile murders and the shooting of the 5 and the murder of the 5 police officers in Dallas and all the racial tension that's going on today, you can't get a stronger platform than, quote, end police brutality, mass incarceration, and institutional racism within our justice system, support the Black Lives Matter movement. That's in the platform. Okay. Demilitarize police. That is a policy objective of a great many people, conservatives also. End the failed war on drugs. Eliminate mandatory sentencing requirements, which often result in unjustified sentences. So, they go on to talk about human rights, criminal justice reform, $15 minimum wage, obviously, breaking up too big to fail banks, reinstating Glass-Steagall, taking on Wall Street instead of coddling Wall Street and doing something else with Wall Street, which is what Democrats do. Do I fear Trump? I don't fear Trump. Neither should you. Do I like Trump? No. I think he's a buffoon, and I think that he is literally working for Bill and Hillary Clinton to get Clinton elected because she is the most unelectable candidate in the history of the United States. She just had 2 FBI criminal investigations. James Comey made the case to prosecute, not just to indict, to prosecute, stating that she was careless, that she was sloppy, with highly sensitive, with classified information, with top secret information, with special access program information, intelligence on an unguarded private server that he said sophisticated hackers hacked into. Are there sophisticated hackers in the world? To my amazing subscribers, give me your thoughts as to what I am saying right now. I was reading some great comments the other day in my one of my segments stating, well, I kind of either look tired or defeated or whatever. I'm great. I'm fine, and I'm fighting peacefully, politically, like you are. And if I could provide any ounce of inspiration to people, that's an honor for me. But this option exists, and I never really thought of it until now. I hope Bernie doesn't endorse Clinton. If he does, I'll still love Bernie. So I will, and I urge people to take that into context. If Bernie endorses Clinton, it's not Bernie Sanders endorsing Clinton. It's Bernie Sanders, the politician at this moment, who basically, and he was booed by House Democrats. The Democratic establishment called us the Tea Party of the left, called us Bernie Bros, all these things. But you know what? He knows very well they weren't fair to him. But he made a promise, probably made a promise not to bring up the emails, made a promise to not run a third party or not go green. But you know what? Whatever takes place, I still love Bernie. Jill Stein, made the offer to Bernie Sanders. Jill Stein says Bernie Sanders can have the Green Party's presidential nomination. He'd be on the ballot everywhere. Bernie Sanders, take it. They did you wrong. They were unfair to you. They were unfair to us. Democrats are moderate Republicans. Bill Clinton goes golfing with Trump. Trump is actually less hawkish than Hillary Clinton. The biggest dilemma morally and in terms of national security that we have are politicians who perpetuate these never-ending wars, continue under the guise of protecting us from terrorism. These wars, and Jill Stein stated this, Bernie Sanders has stated this, only create greater dilemmas, more terrorism, make us less safe. So, and that's the thing. I trust Jill Stein. I trust Bernie Sanders infinitely more than Hillary Clinton with the AUMF, the Authorization for Use of Military Force. And I trust Jim Webb. And I trust Warren, even to this day, more than Clinton regarding the AUMF and Martin O'Malley. So when I wrote about all those indignant, angry Hillary bots, it's true I wrote about O'Malley, Martin O'Malley, Elizabeth Warren, Jim Webb. They're all a million times better. It's not even a comparison. But right now, here's the option. You take power, you take the initiative in a democracy. You don't vote for the lesser of two evils because you're left with evil. I don't live my life saying, gee, I'm hungry. Will I eat something that gives me salmonella poisoning or food poisoning, or will I eat something that causes me to die? That's not how anyone lives their life. You don't buy the less crappy vehicle. You don't go ahead and marry a person who is less annoying than another person. You marry the person you love. You buy the car you want because it's the right car for you. And if the system or whatever says, well, this is the way it is and there's only two choices, then you slowly do your part to change the system because you're a human being. You're breathing. You're alive. You have hope. There are things that inspire you. You have energy, and you can make a positive change. You're not like the people at the Daily Banter or the Daily Beast or Slate. You don't say, I will vote for someone who accepts prison lobbyists' money when we know that there's a mass incarceration epidemic. You don't say, I will vote for somebody who will perpetuate never-ending wars when there's a suicide epidemic among veterans. And the Middle East is in chaos now because of Hillary Clinton's Iraq vote and she pushed for the bombing of Libya, which was President Obama's worst mistake. You don't just say, well, TPP, no. You oppose it. You oppose Keystone. You oppose these things. You oppose fracking. This mentality that says, well, we have to meet Republicans or conservatives halfway. You're not meeting them even halfway. You're giving in to them on everything that is a major issue. If you're a Democrat voting for Hillary Clinton because you fear Trump, you are a fool. Trump is impotent to enact any of his crazy schemes. He's not going to build a wall. He's not going to go ahead and create chaos globally, financially. He can't do tariffs. That's Congress. Congress is not going to allow Trump to do anything. If you think that Congress won't allow Bernie Sanders to implement a free college tuition or break up the banks, they sure as hell aren't building a wall, a $60 or $70 billion wall across the U.S.-Mexican border. But they will allow Hillary Clinton to put those nuclear launch codes or whatever special access program intelligence on her server again in the White House. They will allow Hillary Clinton to justify the next sending of American soldiers abroad. In the next war, and God forbid, if there's another terrorist attack, you can say goodbye to any freedoms we have left with Hillary Clinton. You could say, You could say, unfortunately, hello to the next major U.S. ground war, because she's advised by neoconservatives. These neoconservatives right now are waiting. They're just waiting for Clinton. They can't stand Trump. Is the only remotely good thing I'll say about Trump. They don't like Trump because they can't really control him. Because Trump, his value system revolves around money and his hotels. And never-ending wars, perpetual war is not good for business, not good for the hospitality business. But Hillary Clinton has no value system. So she will push for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. She's lying to you. She will go ahead, definitely. She has a neocon foreign policy. Robert Kagan stated that in the New York Times. She used racism against Barack Obama. She took prison lobbyist money. Prison lobbyist money to candidates directly ties into what took place to the murder of Philando Castile. Directly correlates to the fact that black citizens are experiencing this injustice. Okay? The prison lobbyists gave money to Clinton. They did not give money to Jill Stein or Bernie Sanders. There's a reason for that. Because they're getting something from Clinton. Wall Street gets something from Clinton. They're not going to be broken up with Clinton. Any language put in the Democratic platform is a trick to deceive. Believe me, Clinton will never break up banks. She's taken too much money from them. So I can go on forever. You have the power right now to make a statement. You don't have to succumb or fall in line or alter your value system because a corrupt Democratic Party allows a superdelegate who is a Chicago commodities trader who has no business advising Hillary Clinton on tactical nuclear weapons and no business. She gave him that appointment on an advisory board. You know the guy. He's a superdelegate, and he was given top secret clearance. They rushed it. He's a superdelegate. Terry McAuliffe's a superdelegate. Has his own FBI criminal investigation. A whole bunch, the 3 or 4 are going to jail or have their own investigations. They're superdelegates too. Guess who they're voting for, or guess who they're supposed to side with? Clinton. So the point is this. Jill Stein has a platform that's not unrealistic. It is mainstream. The majority of her platform, the Green Party's platform, is mainstream. If Bernie Sanders feels that he can't do it with the Democrats, he should go green with Jill Stein, accept her invitation, accept her offer, and run on the Green Party ticket. If you're a Democrat, you're watching this, you think I'm nuts, or an establishment hack writer, and you think I'm nuts, and you say that, well, Hillary Clinton's going to have a landslide of epic proportions, then you shouldn't care if Bernie Sanders teams up with Jill Stein. You'd be a hypocrite and a liar if you said that Bernie would be pulling a Nader, because isn't Clinton supposed to have this landslide of epic proportion? She only beats Trump by 4.6 points. Are you kidding? She has negative favorability, almost the same favorability numbers as Donald Trump. You are complete fools, establishment Democrats. Complete and utter fools. If you think it's going to be easy without half of Bernie voters, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the Tea Party of the left. We'll see what the Bernie bros, how important they'll be to you, establishment Democrats. Bernie, I love you, and we all love you. Whatever you decide, you are one of the most important figures in U.S. history. You really are. You're amazing. If you endorse Clinton, I'll still love you, even though I wouldn't trust Hillary Clinton with my car keys. She can't even type an email without an FBI criminal probe. All these, I can go on forever. But if you endorse Clinton, fine. You're playing ball. No problem. I do think you should team up with Jill Stein. And if Bernie is no longer in the race, and the Democrats nominate Hillary Clinton, I will be voting for Jill Stein. All right. Thinking about it right now, you guys, in the comments section, made very, very valid points. Many of you, my amazing subscribers, said, "Hey, just vote for Jill Stein," and that is a great option. It's an empowering option. And if Clinton loses to Trump, it's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's James Comey's fault, because he could have just recommended indictments like he said. He basically stated the case for recommending indictments. He didn't. That would have given Bernie the Democratic nomination. He would have destroyed Trump. Now Democrats might roll with Clinton. Might. That's why I say Bernie, and she can't. I mean, if it's her and Trump, toss up in many ways. Look at the polls. An average of polls 4.6 points above Trump. Now, 4.6 points. This is the Donald Trump. Everyone's so afraid of him. They have the same favorability numbers practically. Establishment Democrat hack writers. You're looking at a very close selection between Trump and Clinton. You're looking at a Bernie Sanders landslide. So, but I've stated the empowering option that you all have. To my amazing subscribers, I love Bernie no matter what. If he endorses Clinton, I'll still love him. Then I'll vote for Jill Stein. But I sincerely ask Bernie Sanders and his campaign to consider the offer from Jill Stein. Yahoo article I'll put below. Jill Stein says Bernie Sanders can have the Green Party's presidential nomination. She amended that statement a little bit, but essentially, if Bernie wanted, he could run Green Party, and I believe he could win. So, because, and if you don't believe me, and if you think that's pulling a nadir, establishment Democrats, you're expecting a Clinton landslide, so you shouldn't worry. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to your comments. Thank you.